Oh, hi there, everyone, and welcome to another Out of the Theater review. I am joined by and we are just out of the theater for Cuckoo.
I feel like I'm more of the clicking sound before they do that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's just because you have panic attacks.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
For sure.
But I also feel like in House of the Dragon, I'm the clicking that Vermithor does, like a gas stove trying to light.
Okay.
That's what those sound.
What an interesting thing to say.
Yeah. Anyway.
We really liked this movie,
This
guys.
movie was great. I had a great time at the theater.
Yeah. Hunter Schafer, we love you so much. Come on the show. Awesome in this movie.
Incredible.
Really good in this movie. Really funny in this movie.
Yeah,
this movie,
without even trying at some point.
Yeah, this movie is shockingly funny.
Yeah.
I was laughing way more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's not as scary as I thought it was going to be, but there's still a good helping of scare in it that I think still qualifies it as a horror movie.
Yeah, I went in, not knowing really what to expect. The trailer is awesome. This is a really good trailer.
The trailer does a really good job at keeping what is going on secret.
Yeah.
And I think you need that in a trailer, because we get trailers now that just tell you the fucking
Where
movie.
it's here's the whole movie.
The trailer, we saw the trailer for The Monkey? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a
Stephen
perfect
King,
trailer
James
to me.
Wan, Oz Perkins. Yeah. I'm in. You got me. It's like a 30-second teaser. I'm in. I'm in the theater.
You don't have to show me the movie to get me interested in it. And I think that the trailer for Cuckoo did a really good job at hooking you.
Yeah. And
then in the movie, it's like, okay, I know what these scenes are.
Yeah, it's lots of vibes.
That's cool.
For sure.
Yeah, there were definitely. I don't know if you saw me. There were a couple of scenes where I was sitting like this.
Yeah,
where I was like, oh my god, I don't want.
Yeah, which there is. The kind of the thing of this movie of like what is actually happening is left relatively ambiguous as well.
Yeah, there's not really a. And I love that.
Yeah.
Because I hated how Trap
explained
everything.
Yeah.
I don't need an answer for everything. I just want to know what happens to these characters.
Yeah.
I don't need to know. Leave me curious.
And the movie is, because it focuses on Hunter Schafer's character.
Yeah.
Gretchen, which I think is a great name for a character.
A great name for a girl in Germany.
Right
now, yeah. Which
an American in Germany.
An American in Germany.
Yeah. Because it follows her.
Yeah.
The movie is much more focused on kind of her dealing with the stuff that she's been going through, which is also kept relatively ambiguous as well.
Yeah.
You have a kind of a loose idea of what's going on.
Yeah, it gives you a general idea.
But it also, there's a couple reveals in the later part of the movie regarding
act.
Stuff that happened in her past, which I don't want to get spoilery really at all in this one.
I don't think that we should.
But as soon as you see this character, it's like, oh, that's who that is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really spell it out for you.
Yeah.
Like she says it, but you get that I was there before she said it. And same thing with kind of the cop character that she works with.
Yeah.
I was there before they told me.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. This movie trusts its audience, and it's not worried about the why things are happening, the how things are happening. It's just, here's the story.
Here's what's going on.
Here's what's going on, and because it gets you invested in the characters, it works.
You know what movie I think would have benefited from that sort of vibe? Barbarian.
Yeah.
I don't think we needed to know what was going on before she got there in Barbarian.
Yeah.
I think that movie would have done a lot better, for me, at least, if I hadn't known any of that, and we had just been told it's a monster.
Well, because my instant reaction to that was, well, then it's just kind of a monster in the basement, and it's like, what's going on?
What's the point? Yeah.
This one is just a monster in the woods.
This felt very new to me. Like, this is not an idea that I've seen
I'm
before,
struggling to find something to compare it to.
Yeah, there isn't. I don't think there's really another film or anything that you can compare it to because of how ambiguous it is. There's not really a, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
The only thing that I can really compare it to is like Cabin Fever, which I don't think is a movie you've seen.
No.
Where it's just like general weirdness and something is very clearly wrong, but you don't know where it's coming from. Or why it's there until kind of the end. And it works.
This movie does a really good job of building you up to that third act.
Yeah.
I think that it does what any good movie should do, and that's to keep you on your toes until it's like time, until it's like, okay, no, this is what's going on, at least in the loosest of terms.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed this. This is definitely in my top 5 for the year.
Wow, really? It's definitely up there. I think it's been a really good year for horror, particularly.
Yeah, it has.
And I think this is certainly up there as far as really cool original ideas that are really well made as well.
Yeah, this might be a hot take. I like this more than I like Longlegs.
Yeah, I think I do as well.
I think that this movie is far more watchable than Longlegs is, in the sense of you're not constantly afraid.
Yeah.
And you're not constantly looking around for things.
Yeah, it's a little bit lighter than Longlegs, for sure.
It is lighter. It's a bit easier, which I think is which is good.
Yeah.
You know. So. But, no, I think that I prefer this much more over Longlegs. I'm trying to think what other horror movies we've seen this year.
I'm thinking, I don't know if it quite beats, like, Abigail is really up there for me.
Abigail's really fun. Also,
starring Dan Stevens. Dan Stevens, awesome in this movie.
Incredible.
He's having a great year. Dan Stevens, we love you. Come on the show. Mwah.
Yeah. I really like him as an actor.
Yeah.
I think he
three really different performances, by the way.
Really, I was gonna say he has really good range, even though it's in this almost the same genre. Yeah. Except for, because Kong is an outlier.
He's kaiju veterinarian.
Yeah, kaiju.
And then retired police deputy guy.
Gangster.
That's also a gangster.
And a vampire.
And then this weird German. This doctor guy?
This, Nazi German. I don't want to call him a Nazi, because he's not.
I mean, it's German experiment.
It's German experimentation that felt very...
yeah.
You know? But it's also... that feels spoilery, but...
Maybe we'll cut it.
We'll cut it.
Dan Stevens, it's a
really good performance.
Really, really good performance in this movie.
I feel like he was a bit darker in this movie.
It's a much more subtle performance.
Oh yeah,
sure.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's very. I can't. I'll figure it out later. I'll come up with the words later.
Yeah, it's
very good though. He did a really, really good job.
Because Trapper is a cartoon character.
Oh, absolutely.
That whole movie is a cartoon movie. Which
he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, so.
Yeah, we do like that movie, but
that movie's fun.
And then in Abigail, it's a much more like...
He's up here the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through the whole duration.
Thing.
And this one, he's very reserved.
Yeah.
He's
calculated.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
It's very creepy.
Yeah.
He's
unsettling.
He's kind of the antagonist of this movie.
Yeah. We love that.
As much as there is an antagonist.
Yeah,
it'd be him.
There wasn't really, like... It flip-flops.
Yeah,
it makes you
for
think.
Sure.
It makes you like Barbarian. It makes you think.
But he's not. He's the antagonist without being the scary thing.
Yes.
Because there is some scary shit in this movie. There is a cosplay that I really want you to do now.
Yeah.
Of this hooded lady.
Yeah.
Which is in the trailer.
Blonde.
You can wear
neither.
Spoiler wigs, but
yeah.
Yeah, you can wear a wig.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. Yeah, it's great. I think you should go see it. It's I don't even have that, like, maybe it's not for everybody, because I think it's pretty easy movie. Pretty easy movie to watch.
Yeah, it's not for kids.
Well, no, obviously. Obviously not.
No, and there's not Oh, I would also like to point out that Hunter Schafer does this movie with mostly one arm.
Yeah.
This entire, like, almost the entire film.
Yeah.
And it's
She
very
just progressively gets rougher and rougher.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny.
Looks so rough at the end of this movie, but it's so worth it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, sweetie, you've been put through it.
Do you know how, movie. Like, have you ever, like, sat and you're like, if I was to make one movie, like, what would this movie be? What would it look like? What would it be about? Who's my cast?
Yes.
Like,
I've spent many a day in the mirror doing my makeup thinking about that.
Yeah, so like, mine is obviously horror is my favorite genre. It would have to be some kind of crazy, eldritch horror movie that's, like, existential and, like, crazy. Hunter Schafer definitely in my cast. Like, for sure. She's one of my favorite actors right now.
Recently, I don't know if this is true or not, but I've been seeing things talking about how she's spoken about wanting to do a film with Emma Darcy.
Yeah.
Wanting them to play siblings. Mm-hmm. And she was like, you know, Emma and I as vampire siblings. And I'm like, I am
or
in.
lovers. Ooh.
No, because I think that they need to play siblings. Okay. They look too much alike.
They look very similar.
Yeah, they're both very very attractive individuals that have similar structured
Emma
faces.
Darcy, we love you. Come on the show.
Please.
I'm begging you, Emma
Darcy. Hunter did really well. I think that there is a shit-eating kid.
I don't think this is a disgusting shit girl situation.
No. I was just saying that because there's a child.
Oh, there is a kid in the movie.
No, who I was going to add to, I thought she did a very good job.
Yeah, not a whole lot to do, but...
Yeah, she didn't have much to do, but for what they did do, you know, I think she did a pretty good job.
And I also like that this movie didn't try to do too much. This is definitely a plot that I feel like could have been too much.
They could have.
And I'm glad they kept it focused on Gretchen.
Yeah,
and that's
they kept it focused on Gretchen and the story.
That's like the heartbeat of the movie is this character rather than like the big thing that's going on. It's great. It's awesome. Definitely. It's definitely up there as far as horror movies for 2024.
Yeah. I say see it in theaters.
See it in theaters,
I say that because it looks really good. I thought that it looked really pretty. And I think the sound is really specific, good. Yeah. So, and you need to hear that.
And I'm really excited to sit and kind of... Because I don't have it all put together yet.
I want to stew on it.
So I'm really excited to kind of sit and chew on it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I immediately looked to you when we were walking out, and I was like, I got to see it again.
Yeah. I do think that this it definitely deserves a rewatch.
Yeah.
It's definitely rewatchable.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way about a good bit of movies that came out this
I'm gonna
year.
watch Long Legs again for sure.
See, I don't think I can watch it again.
Yeah.
But like this one, Abigail.
Yeah. I keep seeing people call I Saw the TV Glow a horror movie, and I think, which is interesting. I don't think...
Isn't it like a thriller? It's more of like a...
It's not even that for me, really. I feel like, again, maybe that's a movie I need to watch again. That's my favorite movie of the year so far. I don't think Jane Schoenbrunn would be upset if you were like, hey, your horror movie that you made.
Yeah.
She'd probably be like, yeah, that's tight.
Yeah.
Or they, excuse me, they. It's awesome. It's great. It's definitely up there as far as horror movies. There's been a lot of like really shockingly good horror movies this year.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like The First Omen was great. So
you didn't like it, but I really liked Immaculate. I thought that was pretty good. I didn't
dislike Immaculate.
I liked Immaculate till they told you the twist.
Once
you know...
Once the thing is revealed, it takes all the air out of the balloon.
That's how I felt about In a Violent Nature. It was a phenomenal movie, but then you showed it to me, and I was like...
I don't know if that takes me out of it as much as the other thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think...
The other thing was really, really big.
And the story doesn't change when you get his face.
Yeah, but I still don't think...
I agree. But go see it. It's great.
See it.
It's another Neon movie, speaking of Immaculate. Neon's doing really good this year. Liking all their stuff. Well. So,
we saw something else Neon recently.
Long Legs was Neon.
Long Legs.
Long Legs was Neon, I think. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go see it.
It's
fun.
Great. Next out of the theater review will be a lot less good-looking person in this particular seat here.
That's mean.
No, it's not. Because we will have special guest, my brother, Mason, because you will not be joining us for Alien Romulus.
Absolutely not.
But maybe you'll do an out-of-the-theater review with a better-looking person sitting in this chair. So, Alien Romulus, that will probably be... we're going to see that Thursday. We're going to a special fan event. Which is cool, so we're going to see what that's up with. I'm very, very excited. So stay tuned for that.
Yep.
Stay tuned for our House of the Dragon Season 2 recap.
Yep.
Our Cassandra Nova comic encyclopedia.
Yep.
And we will announce here our prime episode for Books versus Blockbusters. You looking for the book right now?
I am.
We are doing Me, Earl, and The Dying Girl. There it is. There's the book that we're doing. So, get reading, lady.
Yeah, I know. It's funny, there's still a bookmark in here.
Yeah. So that's all the things coming out in the month of August, along with some more out-of-the-theater reviews and random shenanigans. So, we love your faces. Have a wonderful day, drink your water, and pass out love. Why the fuck not? Mwah!